Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to flat files using Procreate for the iPad Pro. Okay guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to flat, and I'm going to be using this image for a children's book that I'm working on. And I'll use this as an example. So first off, you can see I have my line drawing layer. I can turn that on and off. And then I have my rough sketch layers. You don't need your rough sketch layers. If you have them, just turn those off. And you're going to create a new layer underneath your line drawing layer. Okay? You got to leave it at normal. And I'm going to select a color for the wall, and I'm just going to fill in the whole thing. Now, the reason why what you want to do is start biggest first, right? So the wall is going to take up the most space, so I'm going to start with that. And then I'm going to probably move on next to the couch. The reason you want to do that is because as you go, if you start big, you won't have to go over the outline of every single part like the dog and the suitcase, because you'll just be creating new shapes on top of that, and you'll see later as I show that. Also, when you're in Photoshop and you're flatting, you can put all of your flats on one layer, but in Procreate you can't do that. You have to put them on separate layers. And the reason why is because if I come over here and I have my hard brush selected, the hardest brush you can have, and I paint onto the screen, when I zoom all the way in, you can see that it's actually not completely hard. There's a little bit of a fade from the background color to the red. And the reason that is so that it doesn't look all jaggedy when you're trying to paint. Now, normally that's what you want. However, in this case, in this scenario, it's not. And the reason why is because if I try and select that shape and I want to change it later, it's not going to select everything. It's going to leave behind these little tiny pixels, and it's going to give it a halo. So if you don't care about that, then don't worry about it. Personally, I don't like that, so I put everything on separate layers. So what we're going to do is go ahead and make a new layer on top of our background layer, and we're going to get our selection tool, and I'm going to start out with the couch. So I'm just going to start by outlining this. Now this can take a really long time. This image might take me an hour, maybe two, depending on how complicated it is to flat. And the reason why it's worth flatting is because if you just paint straight on and you don't really worry about creating layers or flatting anything, then later when, one, it will save you time when you're painting it. You won't have to worry about going in and out of the lines. You can just paint into the shape. But also, if you're a director, your art director for either, if you're illustrating something for a book or a magazine, or maybe you're doing concept art for a video game or a movie, if the art director comes back and says, hey, I want you to change the color of this, or I don't like that, it's so much easier to have it all in a separate layer where you flatted it instead of having to start all the way over or just try and paint over it and make it look like it blends in. So this definitely is worth it and will save you a lot of time. Definitely best practice. So you can see that the line here, it crosses over the dog and the suitcase right here. Oops. So you can see right here that it's crossing over. That's okay though, okay? Because the next part that I'm going to show you is we're going to start flatting the dog. So I'm going to create a new layer, and I actually have a color palette for him already. I believe he's this one, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and flat him. Now, if you don't like the color of the couch or the color of the wall, that's fine. The benefit is that since it's on its own layer, you can independently adjust the hue and saturation or whatever it is of the layer you need to adjust. So after I finish this dog, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so there we go. That looks good. Now, right now, the yellow of the dog in comparison to the couch is making him look a little green actually. So all I have to do, as well as a background. So the background, I'm just going to come over here to my hue and saturation after I have selected that layer, and I can slide this around until I get a color that I like better. Can saturate it, desaturate it, darken it. Okay, and then same with the couch. I can select the couch and change that however I need to find a color that I like. So let's go with like a there you go. So that's how I flat in Procreate. It's not as convenient as Photoshop, but it's still pretty fast. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. And if there's anything specific that you'd like to have me do a tutorial on, make sure you put it in the comments, and I'll do my best to get it done. Awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember, if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe, tell your friends about it. And also, I'm having a little bit of a hard time uploading it, but I do have artist interviews coming with people like Sean Keenan, Jake Parker, Will Terry, some really great people. So stay tuned for that. And if you want to see your work critiqued and have it be painted over and put on the channel, send in your art. The email is in the description as well as the guidelines, so please send that in, and I hope you guys have a great day.